Let's bring in NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connell. Sue, welcome back from vacation.
Thank you.
Here's what you missed, right? In the past week and a half, the former president, Donald Trump, has come out in support of government-funded IVF treatments. Not only that, also saying that he's in support of legalizing recreational marijuana in his home state of Florida. What do you make of that, right? This sort of shift to the left strategy, especially as it pertains to how close we are to the election.
Well, Colton, I have a couple of thoughts on it. First, Trump can actually read, and he understands the public opinion polls, and he can see that his stances and the Republican Party stances on abortion, cannabis, etc., are actually at odds with the majority of all Americans, of all parties. So he's hoping that this desperate attempt to appease some voters will gain votes while not losing votes from his base. We'll see how that works out. And second, while I imagine his campaign is not supporting these statements, in fact, J.D. Vance had to come out more than once to kind of clean things up for him, this is what Trump actually believes. So as Trump continues to appear more confused on the campaign trail and ignores his campaign managers, he's going to start saying what he really thinks, and that's a problem when what he really thinks is the opposite of what the campaign platform is.
Well, and that goes back to the whole muted microphones that we could see at the debate. Will they mute? Will they unmute? Listen, on the flip side, something that we've been noticing, obviously, for a number of reasons, right? President Biden, maybe not the most popular or maybe not the most exciting figure in American politics these days. But Kamala Harris isn't only not distancing herself from him, she's really leaning into him. She's embracing him. Is that risky, or is the campaign betting that voters will reward her for remaining loyal to him?
Yeah, it's not risky at all. It's actually smart on a number of levels. The voters who weren't Trump supporters but weren't voting for Biden, they weren't not voting for him because of his policies, but because of his age. So Harris embracing Biden is embracing those popular politics and policies from his administration. And Harris also needs to ward off accusations of a coup or that she forced Biden out of the race. So by continuing to celebrate him and highlighting the Biden policies that she shares and that were successes, it's going to diffuse some of those charges.
I want to touch on one more thing before we let you go here. There's a lot of viewers maybe at home who won't know the name Tom Mountain, but he was the focus of a Globe article that was published yesterday. At one point, he was vice chair for the Trump campaign here in Massachusetts. The Globe is reporting that over the weekend, Mountain sent an email to Trump volunteers telling them to give up on New Hampshire and redirect those efforts, that energy, to Pennsylvania. The Trump campaign dismissed his warnings publicly, but who's right here? Is New Hampshire in play for Trump, or is it just a waste of money for his campaign?
Well, Colton, those familiar with Tom Mountain know that he's no stranger to being in the middle of a Republican Party fight or being attacked by his fellow Republicans. But I think in this case, he's got a point. And the Harris campaign probably thinks so, too, since she is using one of her very, very precious 63 campaign days left to go where? To visit Portsmouth, New Hampshire tomorrow. So why would Kamala Harris be in New Hampshire if Tom Mountain was wrong? All
right. Our Sue O'Connell. Sue, as always, we appreciate your context and jumping on with us. And, of course, don't forget, everyone, we recap all the latest political headlines every Sunday morning for you right here on NBC 10 Boston. Meet the Press gets the ball rolling at 10:30. Then, of course, you can join Sue and Corey and Matt Pritchard for the latest episode of At Issue.